what's up? Welcome to the best of list. Yeah, so we have 15 albums and EPs to go over, so let's go over them. But before we do that, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. I had a few albums I wasn't quite sure on how I felt about them, even after re-listening to them. So yeah, honorable mentions. First we have Kin by Whitechapel. Now, this one's a little divisive, probably. I like this album to an extent. I really like stuff like Orphan, Anti-Cure, and the title track itself. But overall, as a whole, it's okay. I'm not really into death metal or deathcore, any kind of genre like that, to be honest. I really only checked this album out because I was a huge fan of Hickory Creek off of their previous album. I believe it was The Valley. And I heard Orphan off of this, so I decided to check it out. And while I didn't mind some of the more screamy stuff, it just kind of made me, that's interesting. I don't know. I didn't feel too strongly on this one, other than the songs I listed. Overall, good album, and I do think you should check it out. Alright, the next one is Dear Monsters by Bad Wolves. I first found these guys through Remember When off of their 2018 album. However, since it kind of just stopped after 2019 and people didn't know what was happening. Apparently, Tommy Vex had left the group as lead singer. I don't remember the new guy's name, but he does a really good job on this album. I don't know. Metal had a really great year. Like, there's some fantastic metal albums, and we'll get into those later on the proper list, but I don't know about this one. There are some songs I really like, and some songs that I feel just kind of plateau for me. They just don't do anything. They just feel kind of almost generic-ish in a sense. I really like stuff like Lifeline. I can't remember a lot of the song names. I think how the album ends is really nice as well. They definitely take risks on this album, which I think is good. You know, you should probably be taking a few risks here or there. I just don't know, like, how I feel overall. At the end of the day, I don't hate it, but I don't really, I didn't really connect with it, I suppose. Yeah. I want to mention is by I don't know if they're, really well known, but Crooked Ways Totality. I listened to this album because it's pretty short. It's weird, is all I'm gonna say. It's weird. The verses sound good, and, everything's tight, and then the choruses sometimes sound just off. I don't know. It doesn't sound, bad, per se. I wouldn't say that. Just a very interesting album. I don't think it deserves to, be on a worst of list. Probably because I'm not doing a worst of list. I just feel it's a very interesting album. If you want to go check it out. It's on Spotify. It just perplexes me at some places. The choruses especially, but I mean, yeah, check it out if you're feeling a little curious about music. Some more interesting stuff, I suppose. And then the final album we have for honorable mentions is Ember Falls Ruins. Listen to their 2020 single for the song The World's Burning. Really liked it. It's still one of my liked songs to this day. I didn't get around to listening to this one. Yeah, I heard Abstinine Children on my release radar last week, and I meant to get around to it, but I wanted to get this video out by the 20th. So I just didn't have time to listen to it. I just didn't, if you see a review coming in the next few weeks, I probably have listened to I've listened to it by then. I will listen to it whether I do a review or not, though. But yeah, the 2 tracks I heard off of it were really good. I can't say I fully recommend it because I haven't listened to it, but like fully. But I'd say go check out "The World Is Burning" and "Apps to 9 Children" because those are really good tracks. Yeah. All right, so let's get into the list proper with. Hold on. Before you grab your pitchforks, let me explain. 1, I'm a Black Veil Brides fan. 2, even Black Veil Brides fans don't really take well to this album I've seen. And that's fine. Yeah. Genericness, I can understand if, people think this is generic. It certainly is in places, I'm not gonna, lie. Which is why it's here. I've listed these are no specific order, but like, I basically just have them in a way that they're not in a specific order at all. They're just favorite albums that I enjoyed the least to I enjoyed the most. But I like all of them. This is the best way I can explain it. I really like this album personally. I can understand if people don't. It definitely genericness, as I said. But yeah, I say check it out, but if I did, people would not take kindly to that. So instead, check out Restitch These Wounds, and not this one. Or this one if you want to. That'd be cool. Alright, moving on. It's probably a little divisive as well. Fuel Anomaly. Fuel is a band that I don't listen to often. When I do, it's usually just... I Won't Back Down, and maybe a few other songs off of Natural Selection. But yeah. This... Fuel has come back with a new album, and it's interesting. Brent Daniels, or I know his name is Brett at the very least, is not on vocals, unfortunately. Instead, we have someone, I didn't bother looking it up. Anyways, funny enough, Hard was actually the first song I heard by Fuel, which made me kind of not like them. Although I've come around to Hard. It's probably one of the better songs on the album. I don't feel this album is bad. I really like it. I really do, which is why it's on list proper. But take this with a grain of salt when I say. Okay. Anyways, yeah. A lot of the songs feature kind of rappy kind of moments. I don't know. It's kind of off and it feels weird, especially on. You can really hear it. You can really hear that kind of weird rappy stuff on songs like Hard and probably Keep It Away. Keep It Away is probably the best song on the album. And Landslide is probably the worst song on the album. There are also some change of pace ballad type songs which are nice. They feel welcome. This song is This album is also Fuel's shortest album to date, clocking in at under 40 minutes. What? Is this even a Fuel album? Nah, I'm just kidding. But I think that has to do with a lot of the songs just being really short. It starts off with a 2-minute 52-second song, 2-minute 53-second song, and then it ramps up from there. I don't know. But hey, don't try to force the length of the songs if the song doesn't have to be that long. Overall, I'd say give this one a check out, just listen to it once. You don't have to listen to it ever again. If you hate it, that's fine. Yeah. get to my recommendation. We have Dream Theater, A View from the Top of the World. This one is good. I really like this album. It holds 7 tracks and is insanely long. I don't know. I really like stuff like The Alien and Invisible Monster, but it makes sense because those were singles. Answering the Call is another really good one. Transcending Time is really good. And I think there's a song with Giant in the name. Can't remember, which is over like 10 minutes, is pretty good as well. Then we have the title track. I still need to listen to it. That might seem odd. But you know, I like long songs, you know. I listen to like Tool, you know, and Dream Theater's 2009 album. I like long songs. But I always get a little intimidated by the 20-minute mark. So I have not listened to that title track. I need to get around to it. Yeah. Overall, though, from everything else, this is a really good album, and you should definitely check it out. Everything is just on point in this album. Super complex. Vocals, instrumentation, it's just... Happy chemical brain. That's all I can say. But yeah, go check this one out. If you're into prog metal and that stuff. And even if you're not, I'd say go listen to Invisible Monster. I think that's a good place, you know. Go listen to Invisible Monster if you're really not into like prog metal and stuff. I'd say go listen to that. But yeah, no. Good stuff. I'm just thinking this can't go on. I came from chasing dreams to feel alone. Evergrey, Escape of the Phoenix. This is a really good album. Another prog metal one. This one leans more heavily on the electronic elements, which is fine because they sound great in the album. The guitar work, it's heavy, it's nice. I don't know, some of the songs feel very light and airy, and I like how a lot of the songs feel. My favorites from this album probably have to be The Beholder, Where Your August Mourns, and Dandelion Cipher, because, wow, they just, beautiful. This album is beautiful. This is a really good album. I think you should definitely check it out. It's just got everything that a prog album, that a prog metal album needs. It's just so good. So good. Go listen to it. Trivium, In the Court of the Dragon. This one's really good as well. I wouldn't consider this one like another progressive metal album. This is more just general metal to me, and it's really good stuff too. The title track to this album is just amazing. There's only enough. This is only a year after What the Dead Men Say. What the Dead Men Say was their previous album in 2020. And, I mean, hey, they knocked it out of the park with this one. There's some more slower songs on here. I'd say the slower songs would be Feast of Fire and maybe The Phalanx, but I would have said that at one point my favorite song was A Sword Over Damocles, but I found myself drifting away from that and favoring other songs on the album more. Still an amazing album, and I think you should listen to it. Definitely pick this up. It's just got ferocity. It's got everything, man. Like, I don't know what I can tell you other than go buy now. Go buy now. Buy now. It's really good. Really solid. Yeah. Starset Horizons. This is a really good album. Gonna be honest with you guys. You should probably listen to this album at least a couple times before deciding anything, really. This album has a lot of, Starset is very cinematic with their approach to music, so it feels spacey, Starset we're talking about here. But yeah, this album's a little divisive from what I've seen on the Starset fan base. I personally love it. I love it to pieces, but I can understand, some criticisms with it. I'd say favorite tracks on this one are probably Earthrise, Icarus, and The Breach, probably. Those are really good songs. Yeah, check this one out. Just check it out. It's really good. One thing I will say is if you don't like a lot of auto-tune and vocals, then this probably isn't the album for you. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, it's just really good, really solid. Guitar work is awesome. I believe he brought in I can't remember I know he brought in the guitars from Breaking Benjamin, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember his name. But yeah. Overall solid album. Synth work is on point and stuff. Yeah. Check it out. Jonathon Young, Starship, Velociraptor. Galactic Kraken, which totally isn't Jonathon Young pretending to be a band. Good stuff! I didn't know this album existed until I saw Jonathon Young's video on YouTube. I checked out the full album, really good. I will say that this is probably the most poppy out of everything here, but not really. I hate even using that term because it's not. It uses a lot of synths, obviously, but it's got something to it, and I really like that about it. It's got some nice guitar solos. One I can think of off the top of my head is probably, I think, off of Settle It with a Sword Fight, which is my favorite track from the album. My second favorite probably for Glory or Gold. I will say that the song I'm not hot on is Hyperspeed. That it feels kind of sleepy and boring compared to the rest of the album, which is very energetic for the most part. I guess it is a nice change of pace. I don't know. Another one I'm not too hot on is Best Band in the Universe. Not really fantastic tracks, but everything else is really good. The ending track, Final Frontier, perfect. Title track itself, pretty good as well. Overall, check the album out. Give Jonathon Young all the support so he can keep making original music. He's already put out a few more songs after this album, so go check those out as well. And yeah, solid album. Everture Emerge. Ooh. Everture is a fairly unknown band. I listen to a lot of little bands. I do listen to bigger artists, but Everture is someone I've been following ever since Under Sky, one of their singles. And then Closure is another really good song. And then they finally put out Emerge this year, and it was really good. Everture is they just strike something in me that feels good, This album is just very, it's melodic metal, and it has a lot of, maybe rock in places even. It's got It makes use of some synth work here or there, some strings, I believe. I can't remember. I love how the album closes. As I said, Closure. That song is just pure bliss. Seriously, if you take nothing else away from this video, please just go listen to Closure by Everture. It will change your life, or it might not, depending on who you are. But yeah, just really good song and good album. Check it out. Invicta by Skarlett Riot. I actually found these guys through a single. Who knew? Haha. These guys are, again, I believe, melodic metal. They just have this kind of vibe. There's a certain groove to them that just really makes me like their style of music. But yeah, the album itself is super solid. It's only 10 tracks long, but each track is just beautiful. The single I found these guys through was Stronger. When they released this album, I thought, gotta listen to it. Really good. It was really good. My favorites have to be Stronger, obviously. Underwater. And I'm thinking of a third song, but it's blanking on me right now. But yeah, it's just really solid album. Go check it out. I don't think you'll regret it. And the vocalist for this band is just out of this world. She is amazing. Seriously, really good. Go check them out. No, go do it right now. Go do it. Pause the video, go to Spotify, listen to the album, come back, and continue watching the video. That's how good I think this album is. It's just really good. Well, moving on.
I'm worrying, this time I'll never hail. I'm worrying, this world's standing still. I'm on my own.
Raven Age, Exile. This album is really good. Raven Age are melodic metal, again. But this is a very nice album. It's essentially a covers album. It's got 2 original tracks, which are really good. Go check them out. No Man's Land and Wait For Me. Everything else is an acoustic cover of songs they previously have had. But you know what? They're really good covers. Like, holy crap. The cover of The Day the World Stood Still As The World Stood Still is so good. Just pure bliss. In fact, every cover on here is really good. There's even some live versions of songs on there. So, yeah. Check this one out. If you just want to, like, chill out, basically. It's some really nice acoustic stuff, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. Neverwake, Misguided. Gosh, I wish this was a full album. Neverwake hasn't done a full length since 2014. Man, this EP is how I found Neverwake, but man, I wish this was a whole album because wow, is this good. A 6-track EP, but it is just banger after banger. Some absolute, just beautiful songs. Their vocalist has a kind of husky style to his voice that just gives the songs this extra kind of almost creepy vibe and edge. I also like the instrumentation is also just kind of forceful in a way, but also laid back. It has a very kind of semi-aggressive approach to it. It's really interesting. Definitely go check out this band. They deserve all the love they can get. Like, my gosh, this EP is just super good. Like, it's mouth-wateringly good. You need to check this out. Dimetrix is my album for the year. What's that? It is just that good. Iris, being a side project of DA Games, is Will Ryan. It is just an amazing side project. It has been pretty clear that this is either the last Iris album or it's going to be the last one for a while. Either way, man. Made some good music, dude. Like, jeez. I listened to Goliath's Throne, which was an insanely good album, but this, I still love Goliath's Throne. This album is still great, but Dawn of the Dimetrix is just taking the extra step. Everything feels more refined on this album. Just more. It's just overall a really great experience, and you can even buy it physically over at screenwavemedia.com. It's only like $10 for the normal, for the regular, and then for the deluxe edition it's only like $15, so pretty cheap. It is just an amazing album. If you haven't listened to it, please go listen to it. It is an album you have to hear this year. You can't miss out on this album. It is just that good, alright? Okay. Well, that was my list. Hope you guys enjoyed. And for a few more announcements, expect some video game review content. Not too in the future. I wouldn't say coming soon or anything, but expect it around 2020, sometime in that time frame. Probably like mid 2022. Yeah, probably mid 2022 is probably around that time. Or maybe like early 2022. I don't know. It just depends. Somewhere in 2022, though, video game content will be coming out. Some more announcements. Yeah, I don't have any. That was about it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.